Hello and welcome to another exciting edition of Naked Truth. And today we've got another explosive topic following from the topic of last video. Now, in the last video we examined the many gods of the Bible. It was an introduction to the concept or the idea that there are many gods in the Bible, contrary to popular belief and opinion, and that the Jews or the Israelites worshipped many gods in the Bible. So today we are looking at the god El in the Bible. The god El. Now in the church, if you go to church, you would hear a lot about El Shaddai, Elohim, El Elyon, and things like that. Who is El? Who is El? Or Elohim? Now originally, El was the chief god of the pagan land of Canaan. El was the principal deity of the land of Canaan. And the land of Canaan, according to the Bible, comprised the land of the Canaanites, the land of the Canaanites, the Cadmonites, the Hittites, the Perizzites, the Rephites, the Amorites, the Girgashites, the Jebusites, the Canaanites. Look at Genesis 15:18-21, Joshua 24:11, and Nehemiah 9:8. So this land of Canaan, in modern times, according to different sources, would encompass or include or would stretch from Egypt. So we're close to Egypt, through Iraq, Sudan, Lebanon, Jordan, Syria, Palestine, parts of Turkey, and Saudi Arabia. Essentially, most of the places we call Middle East. So that El was the god of the Middle East, the chief god of the Middle East. Yeah? Okay. Now let's look at mythology.net. Contains a lot of information about different deities and myths around the world. It says that El was known as the supreme god of the Canaanites. In the mythology of the ancient Near East, he was the father of gods and the creator deity. He is sometimes depicted as a bull. If you go to Encyclopedia Britannica, it says that El is the general term for deity in Semitic languages, as well as the name of the chief deity of the West Semites. In the ancient text from Ras Shamra as ancient Ugarit in Syria, El was described as the titular head of the pantheon. So El was the head, the chief god, the creator god of the land of Canaan, the ancient Near East, or a place we call the Middle East of today. Now this El Shaddai, El Elyon, Elohim for plural, was adopted as the highest God by the Jews in the time of Abraham. Yeah, I will come to that in a minute. So, the God of creation in Genesis is El. Okay, El Shaddai, El Elyon, Elohim. That is the God El. Okay, so it's the God of Canaan. Deuteronomy 32, 8-9 and verse 12 as well says, when the Most High, i.e. El Elyon, gave the nations their inheritance, when he divided all mankind, he set up boundaries for the peoples according to the sons of Israel. For the Lord's portion, i.e. for Yahweh's portion, he gave the land of Israel. And Jacob was his allotted inheritance. So that's saying basically here that the Most High, the God of creation, the Father of the gods, El, gave Israel to Yahweh. So El was the chief god of Canaan and was adopted subsequently by the Jews. Now, so this God El was the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. I said earlier, he was the God referred to in Genesis and the creation stories. But he was the God worshipped by Abraham. Now let's go to Genesis 14, 17-20. Genesis 14, 17-20. Now that chapter narrates the encounter between Abraham and Melchizedek. If you are a Christian, I am sure you know the story of Abraham and Melchizedek. Now, the story says that after Abraham had gone to fight with some nations' armies who had attacked the land of Lot, his brother, and taken them into captivity, that Abraham went and fought with these people, overpowered them, and then recovered a lot of loot from them. And this loot he recovered, he brought and he gave a tent to Melchizedek, yeah, who came out to meet him. Now, then Melchizedek, king of Salem, brought out bread and wine. He was priest of God Most High, that is to say, he was the priest of El. Please, anywhere you see in Genesis or Old Testament, God Most High, it is talking about El. So, God Most High, or El Elyon, so the priest brought wine, shared with Abraham, and blessed Abraham. That was his name at that time. And they shared the wine. And Abraham gave him a tenth of everything. Now, please understand that this Melchizedek was a king or priest of El at a time when Jerusalem or Salem was not in the hand of the Jews. It was still purely a Canaanite city, a city of pagans according to the Bible, and therefore this Melchizedek was actually the priest of this deity El at a time when the Jews were not in Canaan or in Jerusalem. Hebrews 7 verse 1 confirms the story of Melchizedek and Abraham. So this Melchizedek was a pagan at least a non-Jewish priest, and a priest of El. This El Shaddai, was also the God of Jacob, the God worshipped by Jacob. Genesis 33:18-20 says that Jacob built an altar for El in a plot of land that he bought. Yeah? And he called this place, this altar he set up, El Elohi Israel. El Elohi, I don't know if it's the right pronunciation, I'm not Hebrew. El Elohi Israel, which means El is God of Israel. Genesis 36 verse 3 also confirms that Jacob was a worshipper of the Canaan god El. It says, I am God, that is El. Like I said, where you see in Genesis a mention of God, it is a reference to El. I am God, or El, the God of your father. Do not be afraid to go down to Egypt, for I will make you into a great nation. That was when Jacob was about to join his sons to go and meet Joseph in the land of Egypt, according to the book of Genesis. So Abraham and Jacob and Isaac, the patriarchs of Israel, were worshippers of El. No question about that. Now El is known as the father of gods, if you like, Godfather, because he is the God Most High, yeah. But under him, there were many other gods. He was the father of numerous gods, including Yahweh, the God of Israel, including Baal or Hadad, one of the gods of Canaan, including the god Yam and the god Mot, the god of the underworld, and numerous others. And he himself, El, had a wife or a consort or mother god or goddess known as Asherah. So Asherah, according to Canaanite mythology, was the mother of the gods. Let's look at how Encyclopedia Britannica explains this. It says, El, the general term for deity in Semitic languages, as well as the name of the chief deity of the West Semites. Yeah? Was described as the titular head of the pantheon, husband of Asherah, and father of all the gods, all the other gods of the Semitic area of Canaan, of ancient Near East, or what we call the Middle East. Now, the fact that El was originally the God of Israel, the chief God of Israel, could be seen from the names of prominent people in the Hebrew Bible and in the name of the country itself. The name Israel is a name attached to El, because it says that Jacob had his name changed to Israel because he wrestled with El and man and overcame. If you go to Genesis 32:28, or in any case, the whole of 32, you will see the story of how Jacob wrestled with a man who was an angel and blah blah blah, and eventually at the end of it, he wouldn't let go until the guy said to him, "I am changing your name to Israel because you wrestled with El and overcame." Genesis 32:28. Other names in the Bible point to the connection of the people of Israel to El. Ishmael, the first son of Abraham. Ishmael means El will hear. Prophet Ezekiel, one of the prominent prophets in the Old Testament of the Bible, or the Hebrew Bible rather, means El will strengthen. Samuel, one of the judges of Israel, Samuel means God has heard, or El has heard. Bethel, you see about many altars in Bethel. Bethel means house of El. House of El. Emmanuel means El is with us. Gabriel, angel Gabriel, means El is my strong man. There are other references to El in the names of the people. Elijah, Elisha, maybe even Jezebel. So El was part and parcel, of the people of Israel. That was the God worshipped by the Israelites originally, but he was originally the God of Canaan. Now, to underline the point that that El was the chief god of Canaan and the chief god of the Israelites originally, remember what happened after the death of King Solomon? That the kingdom was divided between two. 10 tribes went their separate ways from the 2 tribes in the south. The southern tribes of Judah and Benjamin became Judah, while the northern tribes became Israel, with capital in Samaria. Now, immediately after the division, 1 Kings 12:28-29 says that Jeroboam, one of the leaders of the northern faction, that Jeroboam made 2 images of the god El and placed them in Bethel. Bethel is place of El, and Dan. After thinking it over, he made 2 bull calves. Now, calves or bulls are the symbols of El. Of gold, and said to the people, "You have been going long enough to Jerusalem to worship. People of Israel, here are your gods." Elohim, that's God, plural, who brought you out of Egypt. The symbol of El was a bull, and this was the image Jeroboam carved in 2 places, and placed one in Bethel and one in Dan. So what is the moral of this story? The moral of the story is that the idea of El Shaddai, El Elyon, God Most High, being El, is simply a theological construct in land of Canaan and among the Israelites before the advent of the worship of Yahweh. Other nations of the world, other peoples of the world have their own most high gods. They have their own understanding of who is most high. If you ask the ancient Greeks who was most high God, they will tell you it's Jupiter. No, they will tell you Zeus. If you ask the Romans, they will tell you it's Jupiter. If you ask other people, other places, they will tell you the name of their most high God, and that is not El. So it's a theological thing that every nation, every people have their own understanding about creation. In my tribe, the Igbo tribe of Nigeria, we have our understanding of the Creator God. We call him Chukwu Okike, Chukwu or Chineke, the God that creates. We did not know who El was. So among African nations, African tribes, they had their own concept of Creator God, the Most High. And this is not El Shaddai, or El Elyon, or El of whatever description. Please go to my video titled, there are two videos, why Jehovah is not the God of Africa or the God of the world, where I went through this. I hope you enjoyed the video and the message. As usual, everything I say, everything we do is from the Bible. You could see for yourself. We are not making it up, but we are revealing things that they won't let you see. In the next video, we are going to talk about the God Yahweh or Jehovah. So keep a watch out for that. If you like the video, please help us like it, share it, subscribe to the channel, help us to hit 1,000 subscribers. Your comments are welcome, but please tell me. If you think I'm saying rubbish, tell me why it is rubbish. Don't come and tell me God will punish you or that you will go to hellfire or stuff like that. If you have something concrete, say it, and let's debate the matter. Thank you for watching. Bye.